Today I'm going to show you how to make a pair of earrings to go with the previous two tutorials that I've just released. So this is the necklace and the bracelet that are in previous tutorials, and we're going to be making a matching set of earrings to go with these. So this is done with the Festive and the Elegant treasure bags. However, these little earrings are very simple, very basic design that you can do to make just a bunch of different earrings. They don't have to go with the set. You can make these cute little beaded hoops, and you can make them in all kinds of different colors. You can use different shapes and sizes of beads. You want to stay with smaller beads, really, it works the best. But you could use seed beads, you could use bicones, you could use whatever you would like, as long as you stay around 4 millimeters. Now, these are 6 millimeters in length, so this is why these are more of a teardrop shape and these are a little bit rounder, because of the shape of the beads. But you can see how a bicone would basically shape your earring too. So you can do this with all kinds of stuff and make a bunch of little sets of earrings for gifts in just a few minutes time, and have a lot of fun doing it because it's really easy. So, and you can use up a bunch of the extra beads you have. And I just messed up my necklace. Okay, so let's go ahead and look and see what it takes to make these little earrings and get started. Okay, for this project today, I'm going to show you how to make a really simple beaded hoop earring. Now these particular earrings I will be making with the Festive and Elegant treasure bags, and I will be making them with beads that will match the previous bracelet and necklace tutorials that I published this week. So we will be using, for the Elegant bag, 2 6 millimeter round in the black crystal glass and 10 of the 4x3 crystal rondelles that are half black and half gold. And then for the Festive bag, this is the Elegant bag if I said that wrong. For the Festive bag, we'll be using the 2 6 millimeter round clear crystal glass beads, and then we will be using about 10 of the 6x4 oval crystals in clear, of course. Then we will need some 15O seed beads. This is galvanized permanent finish Toho 15Os, and then of course some ear wires. So I have a couple ear wires here that are just the gold tone. We will be using some 26 gauge wire. This is wire that I bought at Hobby Lobby, and it's in the gold tone. You will cut 2 pieces of the 26 gauge wire at 7 inches long for each earring that you make, for each set that you make. Now, you can do this with any beads you have on hand. You do not have to use the treasure bag beads. Just use anything that is 6 millimeter round, or a shape that is around 6 millimeters and is able to pass 2 pieces of wire through the hole. And then you can use any smaller beads that you would like on the bottom. So this is very adaptable, and you can make a bunch of different sets for gifts if you would like. So that's what we're going to be using. Let's go ahead and get started with this project. Okay, so we're going to begin by grabbing one of our pieces of 26 gauge wire that's been cut 7 inches, and then we are going to start by picking up 6 15O seed beads onto one side of the wire. So mine came off the spool curved like this. If yours isn't curved, then just curve it gently, and then start on one end and picking up 6 of your 15O seed beads onto your wire. Okay, that's 6, so I'm going to drop those down and just let them kind of float there. And then I'm going to pick up 6 of my 6x4 ovals, and again, this can be a 4 millimeter round, this can be whatever you would like it to be, and I'm going to pick up 5 of them. Okay, come here. Come here. All right, so I have 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I am going to pick up 6 more of my 15 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is what I've got. And of course you're going to make 2 wires just like this for your set. And then for the elegant bag, so that's the festive bag, for the elegant bag you're going to do exactly the same thing, except you're going to use the 4x3s. Now the elegant ones will be a little bit smaller because of the fact that the beads are smaller. So if you wanted to add 6 of your 4x3s, you can do that too, to have them be a little bit wider hoop. So then, now that we have our beads on here, we're just going to put the ends of the wire together and just kind of pull it into a long, gentle oval like this. And then I'm going to kind of squeeze the top where the 15 seed beads are and just kind of straighten these out like this. Put the 2 ends together. Now 7 inches is a little long, but I like to have excess when I work with it, much better than having not enough. So now I'm just kind of straightening it out, pushing them around on the wire here, and just getting it to the point to where I can kind of pinch the top together here. Straighten these out again, and I'm going to grab a 6mm round bead, and then I'm going to push my ends together here and draw down the 6mm round bead on both wires here. And then I'm going to pull on each wire individually just to get the beads to lie next to each other right underneath the 6mm round instead of having any slack whatsoever. And I will show you close up what I mean, just like this. And then I am going to just kind of shape it by putting my finger in there, making it a little rounder like this. And then I'm going to grab my round nose pliers. I'm going to place the round nose pliers right on top of the 6mm bead. I'm going to put a little pressure there so that I don't get any slippage. I want the bead to be right there down on top of these little seed beads. And then, let me back off just a little. I'm holding my plier to where it is flat, and then I'm going to push these wires over the back prong of the plier. Then I'm going to keep my plier in the same place, retaining the pressure against that bead, gently turn my wrist so that my plier is now up and down. I'm going to bring these extra wires over the top here, and then I'm going to turn my wrist so that my plier is flat again. As I do that, I'm going to draw these wires underneath the plier and just kind of wrap them around like this. Now I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to grab a hold of my loop that I just made, and I'm just going to start turning these wires closest to the plier here, so the top or the bottom of the loop we've created, and then just keep turning them down until I get them down around the top of the bead here. And you can wrap it messy, you can wrap it neat, you can wrap it around the top of the bead to make kind of a bead cap, or you can just do it however you'd like. It doesn't matter, just as long as it's nice and tight and it's holding everything together. So you can see this is what I've got now. Whoops, let me drop it while I'm showing it to you, just like this. Now my little loops have separated a little, so I'm just going to put my round nose plier back into them and just kind of shape them a little like this. And then I am going to cut my wire very close to my bead here, and then I will tuck my excess wire in here. Let me find my chain nose pliers. This works better if you have a very small chain nose plier, like a needle nose type plier, but I don't with me today, so I'm just going to tuck this in the best I can. And there you have it. Then I can grab my hoop here, open it up, and just drop my earring on there. So I've got my ear wire, dropped it on the hoop by opening the ear wire, and then I have made myself a really cute little earring. Very fast, very simple. You can make these in so many different color schemes. They turn out really cute, look really nice. And then, you know, you can always shape them however you want them to shape. I like to kind of push this part in a little to make it kind of teardrop shaped, so you can shape them however you would like. Now, we're going to make one with the other bag just to show you the different shapes here. So I've gone ahead and strung on all my beads already. I'm going to put the two wires together. Excuse me, my goodness. Okay, I'm going to put the two wires together on the end, and I'm going to grab a hold of these beads on the bottom and just gently turn it into a elongated, like teardrop shape here. And this is smaller, so I am going to have a little bit more excess wire here. And I'm going to just keep working it until I can kind of push these wires together like this. And once I put my 6mm bead on there, it'll help too. I just kind of like to pinch them on the top here. And then I'm going to grab my 6mm bead, and I'm going to put it on here. And of course you can use a bicone, you can use any shape you want up here, any type of bead, just as long as it will slide down both the wires. If the hole is big enough, then you can do that. Now with this one, I'm just going to grab my round nose pliers and put them doubled like this in here, and just push this out a little bit and shape it the way I want it. And I'll probably shape it some more, but right here is what I've got now. And then again, we're going to place our round nose pliers right on top of that 6mm bead and push our wire, the excess wire, over the back part of the plier as we hold the plier flat and parallel to the bead mat. Then we're going to turn our pliers to where they're up and down like this now, and retaining that tension against that bead so that nothing moves. And then we're going to bring these wires over the top. When you get about 3/4 of the way around, you're going to turn your wrist and make your pliers flat again. Drag these extra wires underneath the plier, and then just take one turn of the wire around the bead, or around of the excess wire. Bring it around the wire that's going down into the bead. Geez, that was hard to say. Now I'm going to grab my pliers. I'm going to turn this loop so that it is like flat with the shape of the earring here. Instead of being up and down like this, it's this way. And then I'm just going to start wrapping my wire, and I'm going to wrap it from the top to the bottom and make sure that I get the beads on here nice and tight so there's no movement in this bead. I'm going to wrap it around until I'm satisfied with my wrap. Take this off, fix my loop because you kind of squash it, so just kind of fix it together like this. And then I'm going to cut off my excess. And you can use less of the beads up here, you know, to make more of a beaded area down here and less of the 8 or 15 seed beads if you'd like. You can do this any way you want. You can modify it a million ways. This just works out really well with the narrowness of the beads at the top. You get a nice little hoop looking thing. And then you can shape it too. So I'm going to shape this some more. I'm going to put my pliers in here and just kind of round this. You can have it more teardrop shape. You can have it more round shape, however you would like to do it. Then grab your ear wire. Open the loop on the ear wire. So find which side is open, which happens to be this side. crank it, just twist it open like this, drop it on the ear wire, and close it. And now I'm going to shape it a little bit better. And see, I made these, instead of teardrop shape, I made them more round. So let me see if I can do that. And there they are, cute little things. I wonder if I put more seed beads on this one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I put 6. So that, let's get all this stuff out of the way, is what your earrings will look like. And again, use whatever beads you have on hand. Make a billion different types. Use a bicone up here, use a rondelle, whatever you've got that's interesting that you want to use. And here is the bracelet. Let me see. Here's the bracelet that I made that will match that one, and one that'll match this one. And I can show you the necklaces. The tutorials are already up and running for these, so you can see how the set looks here. I will show you, and I will back off in just a minute. I know you can't see what I'm doing because, you know, I'm just kind of rude that way. Ha ha ha. Okay, so let me get this all together. Of course, they're not laid out beautiful here, but you know, you can get the gist of what's going on. So let's get this together here. And that's a pretty set, I think. Anyway, I like sparkle, and this set has lots of it. And when these are on the neck, they are rather dainty, and they just give a really nice little pop of sparkle. This one would look great with that little black dress for the holidays, and this one with anything. Well, both of them with anything. They're pretty neutral, being clear and black. So that's what this looks like, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you make yourself a whole bunch of earrings. Have a good day. Bye-bye.